We are here at Afrikaans in Pretoria, an Afrikaans all-boys school, and we know that they are quite good, a prestigious school when it comes to the various sporting codes. I know that they have one of the best rugby teams. Their rugby teams, it's known for winning quite a lot, and also they also have various sports like your hockey as well. And we're just going to find out, following the announcement of the DBE, what is the way forward here in terms of how will they be accommodating the new changes that have come in? Will they be practicing skills? Will they completely let go of the season in terms of what it is that they are able to do to adhere to these regulations? We know that the DBE, what the reasons that they cited after meeting with the various MECs and the Minister of Education, saying that they were seeing a lot of COVID cases that were related to contact sports, and hence the decision was made, saying that schools should also be seen to be doing their part in bringing the rising COVID infections under control. And I think also, quite importantly, academics being the priority in terms of they would rather probably have no sports as not having school at all. So I am joined by the headmaster here, Mr. Pettigrew Joint, and he'll just be telling us as a school what is it that they are going to do to ensure that they adhere to the new regulations that have been gazetted by the Department of Basic Education. Mr. Joint, thank you so much for talking to us, headmaster. Can you tell us, as a school, what is the way forward that, what are you going to do now that there are these new regulations?
Thank you for the opportunity. I think, first of all, we as a school, obviously, we respect the decision by the department. Although we don't agree, we think that it's to take it as a national decision for all schools where there's only certain schools with problems was maybe a bit hasty. I'm also not sure with who they consulted. We do not have a lot of COVID infections due to contact sport. I think we all know that schools are actually one of the most controlled environments where infections don't really take place. It's mostly outside of school. But we do respect that. Obviously, once it's been gazetted, we will just comply, and hopefully this is just for a short period of time. We will continue to practice our rugby and our hockey because that's for the benefit of the children, and that's why we're into schooling and education, is to help the boys grow as young men, and I think sport is such an important part of boys' education, and we hopefully that once this third wave is past us, or even sooner, we might return back to sport. So we will continue to practice in a responsible manner within the SOPs that's been provided.
And Mr. Joint, how did your boys react to this? It must have been, I'm sure you had fixtures planned, you had matches that were planned. What was your reaction from your boys?
Yeah, obviously I think all the boys, parents and our staff has been massively disappointed because you've been working hard. Last year was a very difficult year for everyone. Almost no winter sport. We're very positive to start our winter program with hockey and rugby returning, and we've been busy for a very short time, and now it's been interrupted again. But I guess that's part of the time that we live in, but hopefully we can return to the playing field as soon as possible.
Thank you so much, Mr. Joint. And as you heard there, Mr. Pettigrew Joint, the headmaster of Afrikaans in Pretoria, just expressing that the boys, when the news was relayed to learners here, expressing their disappointment. They were looking forward to the sporting season, saying that they had worked very hard, considering that last year a lot of children also, having missed out on the opportunity to be able to get on the field and play, but saying as well that they as a school, as a schooling community, respect the decision of the DBE, although it may have been haste. Various schools, I suppose, experiencing challenges in contact sports differently, and saying here at Afrikaans they haven't really seen much of that. For them it hasn't been that big of an issue, but this is the law as it stands right now. These are regulations that schools will have to adhere to up until they get that green light from the DBE, allowing them back on the field, allowing them to compete. I suppose also good for the morale of students, especially students that are inclined in terms of sports and are able to do that at a very excellent level. It's back to you in studio.